Tell us what it is, because you're very vague and you're letting Blake use this as a way to make it sound like Justin's this impossible, disgusting, abusive person.
Many assumed Blake Lively's mystery witness would finally pull back the curtain on the alleged turmoil surrounding *It Ends With Us star. But when the name *Claire Abe surfaced, it caught everyone off guard for an entirely different reason. The unsealed document tied to Blake's legal filing didn't mention that movie at all, it pointed to a separate production entirely. That twist leaves a major question hanging. If the supposed misconduct took place on another set, what purpose does it serve in this courtroom battle?
Talk about who Claire Abe is and what the actual, accused, I don't even know what the accusation is. Here's the unsealed doc. We looked at this, even with Ron, we went through it and a lot of it was redacted. Here it is unredacted. Let's read it. I am over 18 years old, sound mind, otherwise, blah, blah, blah. This is all about my personal knowledge. I wrote and directed a film called Empire Waste, which was produced by Wayfarer Studios. Justin Baldoni, a founder of Wayfarer, was a producer. As part of my work on Empire Waste, I had repeated negative interactions with Mr. Baldoni and his associates, including verbal abuse by Mr. Baldoni. I asked Wayfarer that Mr. Baldoni not be permitted on set during the majority of production as a result of these experiences. Empire Waste was set to be released in the fall of 2024. In August of that year, as a result of my experiences with Mr. Baldoni and ongoing press coverage related to Mr. Baldoni and It Ends With Us, I requested that he not be involved in Empire Waste's marketing or public relations efforts. Wayfarer agreed to my request. Less than a week after reaching that agreement, I was contacted by the assistant to Steve Sarowitz, the co-founder and co-chairman of Wayfarer, to schedule a time for me and Mr. Sarowitz to speak. Mr. Sarowitz's assistant did not identify a topic for the meeting. I feared that Mr. Sarowitz wanted to discuss my recent request relating to Mr. Baldoni. Worried that Mr. Sarowitz might pressure me to abandon the prior agreement that I had reached with Wayfarer, I recorded.
When the internet discovered that Blake Lively's secret witness wasn't a cast member from *It Ends With Us*, but filmmaker *Claire Abe everything stopped. That single reveal flipped the entire conversation surrounding the case. For weeks, everyone expected an insider from the film set, someone ready to validate the rumors of behind-the-scenes tension or confirm the alleged clashes between Blake and director Justin Baldoni. Instead, the spotlight landed on a respected filmmaker completely outside that production, and suddenly, no one was sure what story they were following anymore. Claire Abe is far from a fame-seeker trying to ride the wave of controversy. She's a seasoned writer and director, well known in the independent film world for her sharp humor and thoughtful storytelling. Her project *Empire Waste*, produced in partnership with Wayfarer Studios, earned festival buzz for its darkly comic take on ambition and exploitation in the fashion industry. Through her own company, *Try Anyway Productions*, she's built a strong creative identity, one marked by wit, precision, and a willingness to dissect the absurdity of Hollywood itself. Audiences online might even recognize her from YouTube, where her short films about show business culture have gained loyal followings. In short, she's a credible filmmaker with years of earned reputation, making her sudden connection to a celebrity courtroom dispute all the more unexpected. When reports surfaced that Abe's name appeared in unredacted legal documents tied to Blake's case, speculation exploded overnight. Fans assumed she was stepping forward with inside knowledge of the *It Ends With Us* production, perhaps even first-hand accounts of tension between Lively and Baldoni. But when the full document was released, the truth shifted sharply. Every reference pointed not to *It Ends With Us*, but to *Empire Waste*, a completely separate film produced years earlier, with no overlapping cast or crew. Abe's written statement described multiple incidents involving Baldoni and his team, claims of unprofessional behavior, verbal conflicts, and boundary issues, but all within the context of her own project. Blake Lively's name never appeared, nor did the movie that initially fueled the speculation. That mismatch between what people expected and what the records actually showed quickly became the internet's latest obsession. Depending on perspective, Lively's inclusion of Abe's testimony was either a strategic effort to illustrate a larger behavioral pattern or a risky overreach that blurred legal relevance. Supporters defended the move as a legitimate attempt to highlight concerning conduct. Critics called it sensationalism disguised as evidence. As analysts and fans compared timelines and details, the hype cooled into uncertainty. What once looked like a dramatic witness reveal began to feel more like a calculated gamble, one that might have complicated Blake's case more than it strengthened it. Now, the real question isn't about what Claire Abe witnessed. It's about why an incident from a completely unrelated film was folded into Blake Lively's legal fight to begin with.
You were worried because your boss didn't tell you what the topic's going to be? I've had hundreds of those meetings. I mean, usually it's not a good meeting. Usually it's like an HR meeting or something else, but other times it's just, hey, I wanted to tell you something, come on over. It happens all the damn time. So you prompted you to illegally record the call without his knowing. Because that's going to become a big issue. Did Steve know about this meeting being recorded? Where was this meeting? Because if it was in Steve's office or, there's potential that this absolutely was an illegal recording that now she's released and exposed herself. Now, remember, this audio recording is going to also be released at some point. Steve Sarowitz insisted on it. Apparently, this is the same call where he says, he would go to the lengths of what to, it didn't sound good, but Steve's like, no, release it in its full context so that it all can come out so we can defend ourselves. And good on him for wanting to do it. So right out the game, just like, wait, so because your boss's boss wanted to talk to you because you made this request that you still haven't even told us what it is. What was the verbal abuse? What were the negative interactions? No details, just this broad, general, vague declaration, which makes me think it's not that bad. Why wouldn't you put it all out there now and help it? This makes no sense.
When news first broke about filmmaker Claire Abe's testimony, it didn't just add a new layer to Blake Lively's legal case, it completely changed the conversation. What started as speculation over a mysterious witness quickly spiraled into questions of legality, evidence, and intent. Early reports suggested that a key piece of Abe's submission involved a *** recorded meeting ** between her and her superior, Steve Sarowitz, but what caught everyone's attention was whether that recording was even lawful. The uncertainty surrounding who knew what, and when, became central to the unfolding drama. Commentators began dissecting the situation in real time. One legal analyst noted that being called into a meeting without a clear topic is common, but secretly recording it without consent is another matter entirely. If that conversation took place in Steve's office or under his supervision, it could fall into a legal gray area, possibly even a violation of state recording laws. Reports now suggest that Steve insisted the full recording be made public, allegedly saying he wanted the entire conversation out in context to defend himself and his team. It was a rare move, one that implied confidence in his version of events while raising questions about Abe's motives for recording it in the first place. That context made the next development even more puzzling. The *** unredacted discovery document ** meant to reinforce Blake Lively's legal strategy didn't just fail to clarify things, it added confusion. The materials came from ** Claire Abe **, recently revealed as Blake's unexpected witness, and they were presented as evidence suggesting that director ** Justin Baldoni ** had displayed a pattern of unprofessional conduct. But as soon as analysts and insiders reviewed the document, they noticed something unusual. Every reference, every paragraph, pointed not to *it ends with us*, the film at the heart of Lively's dispute, but to an entirely different project, Abe's own independent film, *Empire Waste. That revelation reshaped the entire conversation. How did details about an unrelated production become part of a celebrity courtroom case? In the document, Abe described a strained working relationship with Baldoni, claiming repeated negative encounters that led her to request he be kept away from her set. On the surface, it read like serious misconduct, but as readers examined the text more closely, it became obvious that her statements weren't connected to Blake Lively or her film at all. Still, within hours, social media had merged Abe's account into the ongoing gossip surrounding *It ends with us*, fueling speculation that she was confirming long-rumored friction between Lively and Baldoni. But the truth was buried in the fine print. Each time the filing referenced a production, it cited *Empire Waste*, not *It ends with us*. The paperwork even included mention of a recording labeled *Exhibit 1, *, a detail indicating that Abe's material originated from a previous case filed years earlier, not from Blake's current legal team. That small bureaucratic clue was enough to dismantle the assumption that her testimony was directly tied to the ongoing lawsuit. Commentators across YouTube and entertainment media quickly seized on the inconsistency. During a breakdown on *popcorn,
that Blake used this and her team to like get everybody to sort of, there was another, it all read like someone else from It Ends With Us had an issue, and that wasn't the case here. This person, Claire Abe, sorry, it's pronounced Abe. Leave her alone. Leave her alone, people. Don't take the bait. Don't get mad and go, I know you're mad, but leave Claire alone. Please do not do it on anyone's behalf, Justin's and especially. Leave her alone, okay? Claire is an award-winning writer, director, performer who creates empowering, educational, entertaining content through her production company, Try Anyway Productions. She was at the UCB, and again, this movie that she made was called Empire Waste, starring Rainn Wilson, a group of teens learning to love their bodies through inclusion, fashion, design, and friendship. So this was a movie. Apparently, this script was on the blacklist in Hollywood, like popular scripts that have never been produced. She insisted on directing it herself because she really wasn't experienced. And Justin and Wayfair took a shot on it. They funded this movie, got it made. And apparently it was so bad that she's now teamed up with Blake Lively to speak ill on Justin and everything else. It better be worth it, Claire. It better be bad. Because if you just had some like frustrating experience on set due to a lack, I don't know, creative issues, whatever it was.
Before anyone connects Claire Abe's name to Blake Lively's legal turmoil, it's worth revisiting what actually happened on Abe's own project. The film in question, Empire Waste, was an independent production developed under Wayfarer Studios, the company co-founded by Justin Baldoni. The script, once featured on Hollywood's famed Blacklist, explored themes of identity, body image, and self-acceptance, attracting both critical interest and familiar faces like Rainn Wilson, who gave the project a mainstream boost. On paper, it promised a heartfelt story about confidence and creativity. But Abe's later statement painted a very different picture behind the scenes. According to her account, Empire Waste set became a breeding ground for tension between her and Baldoni's producing team. She described ongoing arguments, uncomfortable exchanges, and moments where she felt cornered or undermined. Eventually, Abe went so far as to request that Baldoni step back from daily production, a bold move given that his own studio had championed the project from the start. What began as creative disagreements reportedly evolved into a power struggle over who truly controlled the film's artistic direction. As frustration built, Abe escalated her concerns to Wayfarer's senior staff, leading to a meeting that would later sit at the center of her official declaration. She said the meeting's vague setup left her uneasy enough to record it, wanting a verbatim record of what was said. That decision would soon spark its own firestorm. Legal analysts immediately questioned whether the recording was lawful, especially if those present, including Steve Sowitz's assistant, hadn't consented. Ironically, Sowitz himself allegedly encouraged the tape's release in full, insisting it would clarify his role and intentions. In her statement, Abe claimed she feared pressure to reverse a prior agreement limiting Baldoni's influence on the set. Her wording hinted less at outright misconduct and more at backroom maneuvering, the kind of creative politics that often emerge when directors and producers collide over control. Reviewers of her filing noted its lack of concrete examples, no direct quotes, no detailed incidents, just general descriptions of tension. Industry observers suggested the situation resembled a power struggle, not a harassment case, the kind of friction that happens when artistic vision and studio management clash. Crew members who worked on Empire Waste backed that interpretation, calling the conflict heated but standard by Hollywood's norms. Framed that way, the episode reads not as a scandal, but as an authority dispute inside an indie production. It bore no relation to It Ends With Us, Blake Lively, or her ongoing allegations. Yet somehow, this unrelated dispute ended up woven into Lively's legal filings. Whether that crossover was an innocent paperwork mix-up or a strategic move to shape public perception remains unknown, but it's precisely the kind of confusion that turns an obscure legal document into a full-scale Hollywood talking point.
Due to a first-time director, with producers that are funding your project, I need to hear her side. I need to hear both sides before I'm going to take any of this seriously. Now, it may be serious. Claire, please, Claire, tell us what it is, because you're very vague and you're letting Blake use this as a way to make it sound like Justin's this impossible, disgusting, abusive person. and you've given us no proof, nothing whatsoever. I guess we'll see this on trial. But it's important also that you realize the whole reason this is here is because Blake Lively's trying to get attorney's fees paid for already. She wants punitive damages. This was part of the reason, because of the exhibits from Claire and Ezra. These exhibits, understand, we'll move this court to, get this money. Like, what? She's the prevailing defendant because this woman, Claire, had vague, undeclared negative experiences with a producer on a film that was not It Ends With Us. What does this have anything to do with Blake Lively and It Ends With Us? Absolutely nothing. Because again, this could be a complete nothing burger for all we know. And even if it wasn't, it doesn't mean it has anything to do with Blake's case. So this is the reason why Blake should prevail as the defendant in court and get her attorney's fee. I mean, make this make sense, people. This makes no sense whatsoever. And what the irony of it all is just like, what did he say? Something offensive is what I can only assume. I don't know what. It's one of his castmates. It's one of this. No, it was clearly some creative. I'm assuming the most likely solution is some complication on set get in their way, and it happens on sets a lot. And the fact that Justin then left and lets you still make this movie is kind of impressive, because most producers wouldn't do that. To be like, excuse me? No. But this is clearly a pattern where Justin lets these people steamroll him and take advantage of his movies. It seems to me speculative. Maybe that's what Claire was, trying to boss move her position in, just like she demanded she direct a movie that she'd never done before. I don't know. I'm just saying that's all we got to go after, Claire, because you didn't give us anything specific. Why? Why didn't you give anything in this declaration more specific? This is supposed to be the evidence that should make Blake get paid and win the case.
When the Claire Abe documents finally surfaced online, the conversation imploded almost overnight. Reporters began stitching together two separate productions, Empire Waste and It Ends With Us, as if they were parts of the same controversy. Headlines blurred timelines, social media threads dropped key context, and within hours, nobody could tell which films set the alleged incidents actually referred to. That chaos wasn't random, it was a collision of timing. Blake Lively's newest court filings went public the exact week that Justin Baldoni's legal response hit the docket, just as Abez's years-old dispute with Wayfarer Studios unexpectedly resurfaced. 3 different developments overlapped, and speculation exploded. Some insiders believe this was deliberate, that Blake's legal team invoked Abez's declaration not because it directly strengthened her argument, but because it helped illustrate a pattern of behavior. Others think gossip outlets took a minor reference and spun it into viral scandal fuel. Either way, the convergence proved irresistible to audiences craving a headline. In strict legal terms, testimony about a separate production should be irrelevant. But in Hollywood litigation, relevance is elastic. Lawyers frequently introduce outside anecdotes not to sway a judge, but to shape a narrative, convincing the public before any verdict is issued. It's a time-tested strategy: recycle old statements, connect loose dots, and let the suggestion of a pattern take on a life of its own. What follows isn't always about evidence, it's about optics. That's exactly what unfolded here. Abez's declaration, in reality, stemmed from a different studio, a different management chain, and an older timeline. But once commentators began dissecting her mysterious Exhibit 1, the story mutated. Because the filing mentioned an unnamed recording, online sleuths assumed it was audio captured on Blake's film set. One viral video even combined snippets of Abez's statement with still images from It Ends With Us, fully merging 2 unrelated stories. Viewers believed they were hearing proof of on-set misconduct when, in fact, the audio described a private negotiation session at Wayfarer Studios years earlier. Amid the uproar, a handful of creators tried to inject reason. On Popcorn Planet, the host urged viewers to stop assigning blame and reminded them how easily misinformation metastasizes online. It was a rare pause in an otherwise runaway news cycle, a moment that underscored how fragile the boundary between court evidence and digital rumor has become. What began as a formal filing meant for legal review transformed into a social media weapon, stripped of nuance and context. By week's end, the evidence that had supposedly incriminated Baldoni wasn't connected to Blake Lively's movie at all. It was an old workplace dispute, recycled and reinterpreted until fact and fiction blurred beyond recognition. The fallout didn't just reshape perceptions of both stars, it revealed how swiftly modern publicity machinery can turn paperwork into public judgment.